Hi guys, how we doing? We're back. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day. We're going to do another spooky reaction video. We're going back to Goose Pimples channel. Quite a new one for me. I haven't really seen that much of it. The last video seemed okay, so we thought we'd go back and give it another look. If you wouldn't mind popping by their channel, the link is in the description. Drop them a sub, show them some support. And while you're at it, hit the thumbs up on this video. Try and draw some views in. Share it about. We are trying to get a bit more traction, and we seem to be doing a little bit better again, so I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. In the meantime, let's get the cans on, give this a watch. Let's hope there's some good spooky stuff, and yeah, let's hope it's pretty creepy, shall we?
Late one night, two friends decided it would be a brilliant idea to mock the paranormal and mess around with a Ouija board.
As you do.
Just for a bit of a laugh. But little did they know, they're about to get a response from something that didn't find the joke very funny. Now, for anyone who knows anything about these so-called spirit boards, there are golden rules you're just not supposed to break. But these two guys, full of skepticism, threw the instruction manual straight out of the window.
As you do.
Here's the moment they realized they made a massive mistake.
¿A los cuántos años se va a morir el pan?
Ah, estás pendejo, güey. Es idiota. No, güey, mejor hacerlo más chido así como que...
Chinga su madre ya, manifiéstate, güey. Si va a haber algo, se va a manifestar, güey.
Es mamá.
Ya. Mamá.
Okay.
No matter how fast they darted out of there, they couldn't outrun whatever the hell they had managed to summon. The guys in this video broke one of the most important rules of Ouija sessions, aside from just don't use one at all. Never take your hands off the planchette before the session has properly ended. Doing so is believed to create a portal from the world you are trying to contact straight into your own, which is probably why all the stuff in the room was being flung all over the place. Could that be what happened here?
He's sitting all over the place. Most of it seems to be pulled this way off camera as such. The board did flick that way initially, but then came back this way. So is there somebody else sat behind the camera, or it's, I don't know. I'd like to believe, but
Let us know your thoughts in the comment section.
skeptical about that. So that tends to go that way. They still went that way.
Number 4.
And then you didn't really say what the other noise was, but yeah. Let us know your thoughts.
Working late. It was the end of a long day at the Sumbawangi perfume store in Indonesia. Just as the saleswoman was getting ready to close up, it seems a last-minute customer walked in. The CCTV camera, later posted to the store's TikTok account, captures her greeting the customer with a big, enthusiastic smile, ready to make one last sale. She starts recommending different perfumes, pointing them out, and seems to be having a perfectly normal conversation. But when her co-worker walks out from the back room a moment later, his confused reaction reveals that this is anything but a normal sale. Here's the strange footage.
Again, we've had a few of these recently. They're intriguing to watch because a lot of them do seem believable in the gestures and the mannerisms they're giving off while they're talking and stuff. But it's weird. Absolutely weird. Not even opening the door for it. I'm just curious if they go back to the same place. They seem to,
The reason her co-worker is so baffled is because there is no one there. The saleswoman is enthusiastically selling perfume to thin air, completely lost in a conversation with an invisible customer. She's so deep in the interaction that she doesn't even notice her colleague until he speaks to her. The moment he does, You can see the genuine confusion on her face as she snaps out of it.
But she doesn't sort of look where the person would be stood.
Like someone's waking up from a dream. So what in the fresh hell was going on? One paranormal theory that fits perfectly is the concept of a glamour. It's an old belief that a powerful entity can create a vivid illusion, making someone see something that isn't really there. To the saleswoman, she could have been seeing a fully formed person, clear as day, while the camera and her co-worker saw nothing but an empty space. An even creepier theory is a mild form of possession or a trance state. The spirit might have put her into a hypnotic state to interact with her, using her own actions to play out the memory of a sale.
She's made herself a batch of Smilex like the Joker out of all the bloody concoctions.
Co-worker's interruption would have been enough to break that connection. Her bewildered reaction when she snaps out of it looks incredibly genuine.
She does, but she doesn't seem to look at the space as if to say, well, there's somebody there. She just sort of accepts it.
You think? Did this saleswoman get a visit from a ghostly customer who just wanted to smell nice in the afterlife? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.
Mad. Yeah, I mean, I would like to believe in them ones. Like I said, a lot of them do seem legit, but that one, for all she did seem believable, the fact that she didn't seem to acknowledge the same space afterwards, after he came in and says, what you doing? Or whatever was said. She didn't say, well, there's somebody there. Look, there's somebody there. And she just sort of looks at him and says, yeah, okay.
By the way, a huge thank you to our members of the week, John Brown and My Angel Scion. You can join the wonderful people who make this content possible by signing up to our Patreon. Or you can just like and subscribe. It's free and it helps a ton.
Please do.
Number 3. Bedtime Stories. After the heartbreaking loss of 2 loved ones, this family started noticing strange, unexplainable things happening around their home. Hoping it was a sign from the family members they'd lost, they set up a security camera, wanting to capture a comforting message from the other side. But the entity they caught on camera didn't seem to be leaving a comforting message. In fact, what it did was so strange and physical that it left them with more chills than comfort. And what the camera first captured was only the beginning. Here's the first clip they recorded. Subtle, but it's undeniably creepy. You can see the papers on the bed shift and flutter, as if nudged by an unseen hand, while the water bottle gives a little spin all on its own. Now, remember the context here. This family is grieving, and they were hoping for a sign. You can understand why they weren't scared by this, just curious. But this is where the footage goes from a creepy recording to a live paranormal event.
I'm gonna say it's a bit strange, like, because it's just quite chilled about it. But I suppose if you're in them circumstances, then I guess it might be believable. The quality, I don't know what it is. Why the quality? I mean, I have got a camera myself, and it's not great, but it makes it hard to see much. The bed's actually moving now. I thought it was earlier, to be fair. That's quite different with the paper moving on top of it.
As she continues to film, She pans the camera away from the TV and over to the actual bed to show us the room in real time. The papers start moving again, but that's just the opening act. The truly bizarre part is what happens under the duvet. A clear shape rises up, moving around and then flattens out completely, as if whatever was there just vanished into thin air. According to paranormal researchers, for an entity to manifest with enough physical force to move a duvet is incredibly rare and requires a colossal amount of energy. It suggests a powerful spirit, or in this family's case, perhaps a loved one using every ounce of their strength to make contact. Their curiosity didn't stop there though. The family began to actively engage with the presence, even using crystals to coax reactions. It seems to have worked a little too well though, as the activity in the bedroom started to spread throughout the entire house.
Sorry? Fill your quartz wound up charged and you'll soon be seeing spirits, if not already. Now we're in.
That's never done that.
Well, now we're going.
According to the description, the footage was caught on a security camera they had recently set up in the living room after the strange experiences. And the reason the boy had a rifle in his hand is because it's an airsoft rifle he was showing to his brother, not because he was ready to make the paranormal eat lead. But the point is, the activity only ramped up like this after the family paid attention to the haunting and engaging with it. Both the husband and wife consistently posted videos of the activity while also attempting to impact the entity using stuff like crystals. Could this be proof that paranormal beings feed off of your fear and interests? Let us know any theories you have down below.
It's quite intriguing, this one, to be honest. But the movement just seems, I don't know, there's something about the movement of the paper that just seemed a bit off, to be honest. But it is an intriguing story, this one. I'm interested to see if there's any more comes of this. But yeah, good stuff. Let us know your thoughts on that one, like if you think it's legit or some sort of clever faking going on, but yeah, I would like to think that this sort of stuff's real, like at times, but there is no.
Number 2. Behind closed doors. This guy was having a hard time settling into his new apartment. The situation was even more difficult to navigate when he realised that he wasn't actually alone in there at all, because his new home came with an existing tenant, one that wasn't happy to share.
Class. Alright.
Investigate.
The banging wasn't just on one door either.
Alright. I just want to let you guys know, like, I'm home alone. There's nobody here. Whoa, okay.
That is some seriously aggressive banging, and every time he throws the door open, there's absolutely no one there, not a soul in sight, and we get a clear view of the empty space every single time. Now, when we see stuff like this, our first thought is usually angry ghost, but parapsychologists have a fascinating and in some ways creepier theory for this. It's called recurrent spontaneous psychokinesis, or RSPK. The idea is that the source of the poltergeist isn't a spirit at all, but a living person, usually someone under a lot of stress or emotional turmoil. They're called the agent, and without realizing it, they're subconsciously projecting their inner anxiety outwards as a raw kinetic energy, powerful enough to create loud bangs or even throw objects across a room. So, let's look at our guy. He just moved into a new flat. He's alone. He's clearly on edge. According to the RSPK theory, could he be the agent here? Is all this banging not something trying to get in, but his own stress and anxiety literally bouncing off the walls? Another theory is that it could be a place memory haunting, where the
That's a clever theory, that, to be fair.
sound of that frantic banging is just a psychic echo of a past traumatic event, recorded into that very fabric of the building.
That would
and
be
replaying
terrifying.
itself. Of course, a skeptic would say he's just got a mate in the next room with a hammer, or that the audio was cleverly added in later. But if it's real, it's a fascinating case. So what do you think? A classic angry spirit? A psychic echo of the past? Or is it the man himself, unconsciously causing the chaos with his own mind?
That is a good theory.
Let us know which theory you think fits best.
Whoa, okay.
Number
That is a pretty interesting theory, that, like. Probably not much substance to it, but it's an interesting way of thinking about it. Not heard that one before.
1. Behind you. While finishing the rest of the washing up, Stephen could have never prepared himself for the creepy experience he was about to have. As he turned around to complete his last task, something bizarre happened that he still can't explain. Take a look.
I think we've come across this
Dude,
guy
I'm a
before.
little
Isn't we?
wigged out right now. So, I was washing dishes and just putting things away, and all of a sudden, I feel something hit me in the back, and I heard it bounce. Look at this shit. And this ball hits me
Yeah,
in the
well,
back,
we've seen this
right
one
shoulder out
quite
of nowhere.
recent. I thought he looked familiar. Again, it's another one where you'd like to think it's legit, but you don't know, because there could have been a kid down below that camera chucking it or whatever.
You might be thinking that someone else in the house must have thrown it at him as a prank,
'Cause it seems
but
to
his
come
wife was
upwards.
apparently in bed and sick at the time, and this is where his kid was.
Now, mind you, I just got done washing the air fryer and was drying it off. Whatever it was had a little bit of force. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Lauren's been in bed for almost 2 days. Like, she gets up for a little bit, but she has not felt good at all. And Avery, let's just face it, if he's not watching his tablet, he's on the Oculus or he's outside. And I knew with it being like 12 o'clock, he's inside. So I have no idea. Now, I have a lot of activity. It's not like malicious or anything, but that right there was the first time that's happened. So I don't know. What do y'all think about it?
Weird.
So, with his wife sick in a bed and his kid in the other room, there was no
Again, would it be one of them where you'd fake it if there's kids in the room or in the house?
one
It's
around
because you
to
just
play a
freak them out.
prank. And what makes this footage so compelling is that Stephen isn't some paranormal influencer. His account is just full of normal, everyday family life. He's a regular bloke who happened to capture something completely unexplainable. What we're seeing is a textbook case of a poltergeist demanding attention. It's not just a subtle bump in the night or a door creaking open. It's a direct, physical interaction. Something in that house wanted him to know it was there, and it wasn't being subtle about it. It's one thing to hear a strange noise in an empty room. It's another thing entirely when the house itself starts throwing things at you.
And it says seems to come upwards as opposed to across, so I don't know, it's weird. Almost like a kid down there chucking something up. But
The camera reveals
I don't know. Let us know what you guys think of that. There's some some good clips there again. Interesting talking points. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the thumbs up on the video and share it about to your friends as well if you wouldn't mind. So we are trying to get some traction going again. Try and get back into things. I'm hoping to get into the live streaming again. I'm thinking I'm just going to try and focus on sort of spooky type games on YouTube, and play the other stuff over on the likes of Twitch and Kick and stuff, to be fair. But keep an eye out for that if you wouldn't mind following us on all of the above. It's just that Technofish Live pretty much everywhere. And hopefully catch up there if you want to have a chat about the videos or anything like that in the meantime. Please do so, either by coming by if you see us go live or in the comments. Do get back to people pretty quickly if I can. And in the meantime, have a good one. Don't get too scared, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers, guys.